Good morning, or good afternoon, good evening, whenever you are coming onto this video, and welcome back to another YouTube video. If you are new to my channel, thank you so much for watching. My name is Georgia, and I'm an online health and fitness coach, and I specialize in helping powerhouse women step into their ultimate confidence across all areas of their life, all whilst dropping 10 kilos of body fat, toning up, and building a lifestyle that sticks for them long term. And if you're not new here, thank you so much for joining once again for another video. This week, I've actually been reflecting a little bit more on my gym journey. And so I thought the perfect video for me to record for you guys for this week would be the best way to get into the gym if you are either in a position where you're a complete beginner, you've never set foot in the gym before, or if you've completely fallen off the wagon and you feel like you're stuck in a bit of a rut, you've been avoiding that gym membership for a couple of months now, but you still see the direct debit going out, I've got you. This video is going to basically map out all of the key things that are going to help you get into the gym, remove the anxiety, and make sure that you can go and smash the rest of 2025 and beyond. Because believe it or not, there was a point where I was a complete beginner in the gym. We're talking, I was petrified of the gym. I'd have a gym membership for a couple of months. I'd go maybe once or twice. I'd go on the treadmill because that was all I knew how to use, or even barely knew how to use a treadmill back then, to be quite honest. I'd find it really boring. And then I would give up after probably like a week or two. I'd see the direct debit coming out of my bank account and think, oh, I really should go to the gym. And then I would just end up cancelling it because I just thought the gym was not for me, because I was so petrified of the environment and so intimidated by the environment because I just had no clue what to do. And I do a lot of filming in the gym now for content. I'm actually currently documenting my entire week of training for a YouTube video as well, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. And just as well for my own reflection and to send to my coach as well for form video feedback. And I recorded a video of me doing the leg press yesterday, so nothing crazy out of the ordinary at all. But when I was watching that video back, there is like a split second where I'm like standing up next to the leg press before I like sit on the leg press and crack on with my set. And my jaw was nearly on the floor at what my glutes currently look like. I'll attach a picture somewhere on the screen. And I suppose you never really see yourself from behind because you don't have eyes in the back of your head. And yeah, this is a reason to film your sets, because honestly, not only do you get to have that in-depth feedback, but you also get to see your body change and progress through those videos as well. And I was so shocked, and I was like, I can't believe that my body looks like that. And in reality, like, it's because I've spent probably the best part of like 8 to 10 years working my butt off, literally, in the gym. And it was so cool to see that. And it made me sort of step back and reflect, I suppose, on my gym journey and like how far I have come and how confident and comfortable and at home I now am in the gym. And the gym is honestly a place for me where I could be having the worst day in the entire world, and I go to the gym and all of a sudden it's like all the clouds have lifted and everything's okay again. And if you would have told me that 8-10 years ago, I probably would have laughed at you. So what I thought I'd do is share some of my top tips to get you in the gym, get you back in the gym if that's where you're at right now, so that you too can feel insanely confident in that environment, because ultimately that's where the progress is going to happen. When you feel comfortable and confident in an environment, you're able to push yourself so much harder and you're going to be so much more consistent. Therefore, you're going to see better progress. So with that being said, let's get into the video. So the first thing that we want to do actually starts even before you go anywhere near the gym, and that's what you're doing to prep beforehand. I think a big reason why I used to skip the gym and why a lot of people skip the gym is because there's so many barriers to getting yourself to that gym. Oh, I don't know what to wear. Oh, I haven't packed my bag, so I didn't have time. So these are the two things that I want you to make sure that you do before every single gym session. So if you're going first thing in the morning, I want you to do this the night before. If you're going after work, I want you to do it in the morning. Or if you're not going to have time to do it in the morning before work, still do it the night before. So we have to work a little bit ahead of ourselves here. You're going to do two things. You're going to pick out your outfit and you're going to lay it out. So it is the first thing that you see sat on the chair across the room when you wake up in the morning, or if you come back from work, it is literally laid out there on your bed so it's staring you in the face. Also, if you work from home, work in your gym stuff. Like, put your gym stuff on as soon as you get up, so you're already in that frame of mind of, I've got my gym set on, I'm ready to go and do my workout after I finish work or on my lunch break, for example. So that's the first thing I want you to do with regards to prep. The second thing with regards to prep is making sure all your gym stuff is organized, i.e. packing your bag, Silly little things like filling up your water bottle, making sure, I don't know, for example, if you've got lifting straps or gloves or cable attachments or whatever it is, bands that you want to bring, headphones, whatever it is, make sure that is all in your bag and all organized, because again, like, you'll be surprised when you're trying to do something that's different or new, your brain will pull up any excuse to not go to that gym. And so if we've already removed two of those barriers, we've already either got the workout clothes laid out, so we're getting into them as soon as you get back from work or as soon as you get up in the morning, or you've worked in your gym clothes and you've got your bag packed and everything prepped, you literally have no excuses to not get into that gym. This brings me on to step number 2, when we actually get to the gym. So quite often when you are either coming back from a long break of not going to the gym, or you are getting into the gym for the first time, there's a lot of fear of the unknown there, right? And the human brain does not love that. So I want you to take your time to like actually scope out your environment. So go and jump on the treadmill or the cross trainer or the bike or whatever you feel comfortable on, and do a bit of a 5-10 minute warm up. Use that time to scope out the area, look around, get familiar with the type of people that are in the gym at that time of day. If you're going to go at the same time, you probably will see the same people every single day, and that's one of the really nice things about the gym. Get used to where the equipment is. If you know you want to use certain equipment, you can use that time and that warm up to be like, okay, that's where the dumbbells are, that's where the leg press is, that's where the stretching area is, whatever it is, you can just kind of like get your bearings a little bit while you do that warm up. So you don't need to rush into anything. And also, I feel like it's much easier to do it from that position where you're just doing some cardio, doing a bit of a warm up, whatever it is, rather than aimlessly walking around the gym. Again, you're going to find that a whole lot more intimidating doing that. So use the first 5-10 minutes of your workout to do a bit of a warm up and just get your bearings of where everything is, and you'll automatically start to feel a whole lot calmer. Then the third thing I want you to do is make sure that you wear your headphones at all times. Now, a fun fact about me, quite often I will be wearing headphones, but there is no music playing. And that's just because I think it's a universal signal of I'm in the zone, I'm doing my workout, not necessarily don't come near me. There's just a certain kind of like feeling of just being in your own kind of like little bubble when you've got your headphones on. I've done entire workouts before where I've had noise cancelling headphones on and nothing playing, just because I've wanted some silence that day, which is totally fine. But again, it just kind of like keeps you in that zone, keeps you focused on yourself. And to be honest, everyone in the gym is there for themselves anyway, so the likelihood of someone coming to speak to you is honestly so slim. But having those headphones is a little bit of a safety blanket. It gives you some security, it gives you some comfort, and B, a way to just feel so like in the zone. And I very much would say like what I listen to at the gym really does determine how my workout goes. So some days it's that I want to be in my thoughts and in my feelings, so I have something that's a bit more thought-provoking. Some days I need to kick up the backside, so my playlist will reflect that. So again, if you're struggling with the motivation to get into that gym, if you're struggling with feeling uncomfortable in the gym, get a really uplifting, motivating playlist on, something that is literally going to like kick you into action. And lastly, the fourth thing that I want you to do is go in with a plan. Stop winging it. Stop just hoping the ideas will come to you when you get into the gym, because let's be honest, they're probably not going to. If you're someone who's had a big break at the gym, or you're just starting at the gym, you probably don't necessarily have the knowledge, and that's okay. That's exactly where I started. I literally thought that in order to grow my glutes and have abs, all I needed to do was train glutes and abs. And I probably saw no progress for about 3 years of trying to do it on my own, because A, I didn't have the knowledge, and B, I didn't have the structure. So it meant that every time I went to the gym, I was just doing random workouts that I found on Instagram and saved from someone who had the body of what I wanted to look like. But in all honesty, just because you train like someone or try to train like someone, it does in no way mean that you're going to look anything like them. There are so many more other factors that come into play. But the biggest thing you can give yourself when you're getting back into that gym environment or getting into that gym environment for the first time is a structure. Even if that is, I'm going to go on the treadmill for 30 minutes, and then I'm going to go on the bike for 15 minutes, and then I'm going to stretch. I want you to go in with intention and with structure, because again, your brain will make those excuses of, oh, I think we should finish now, like this is quite hard, I feel uncomfortable, whatever it is. But if you've got that structure and you've said to yourself that you're going to do 30 minutes on the treadmill, you're way more likely to stay for that entire 30 minutes rather than doing 10 minutes and then sacking it off and going and sit in the cafe having a hot chocolate. And it's also totally okay to not feel like you know what you're doing in the gym. And I promise you, most of the people that you see in the gym who look like they know what they're doing, they probably feel exactly the same as you as well. So building yourself out some sort of structure, or working with someone to give you a structure, is going to take literally all of the thinking off of your plate. So once you've followed these other steps, you've prepped your outfit, you've prepped your bag, you've got your headphones on the whole time, you've taken your time to scope out your area, you then have that program behind you or that structure behind you to lean back on. So once you've got comfortable in that environment, when you've done your warm up, you can just crack on and get your gym session done. And believe me, as someone who came from a place of being absolutely petrified and literally on high alert every second that I was in the gym, every single gym session that you complete is a step closer to feeling so much more comfortable in that environment. And honestly, like I say, if you would have spoken to 21-year-old Georgia, she would never have believed where we are now. And this is why having that structure behind you is literally life-changing, because like I said, for the first 3 years of my training, I didn't have that. And yes, I pushed myself to a point where I was showing up consistently, but I wasn't seeing any reward for my hard work. So if this is how you're feeling right now, this is exactly what I work on with my one-to-one clients. I go and build that structure for you, for your lifestyle, for your schedule, and for your goals. So if you want more information on how I work, the link for my one-to-one applications will be down below this video. Fill that out, and if we're a good fit to work together, I'll pop you a message and we can take it from there. I hope you guys have found this video helpful, and if you made it this far, I appreciate you literally so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video.